Yo, what's up, YouTube? Pretty much gonna be going over the trade I took today. Just starting off on the higher time frame. Right, we had this daily fair value gap that we're inside of, kind of just range bounding inside of here. We have this OB on the 4 hour. Right, what I noticed the other day is, let's see. Yeah, I'm like looking like PO3, right? You have your accumulation, manipulation. So now you're just looking for a distribution lower. That ended up playing out beautiful. But yeah, going into day, I was bullish, but obviously, sometimes when you are bullish, there is, bearish setups that, are high probable, which today was, that case. Yeah, going into the morning, I was bullish. I wanted to see, some sort of sell side get swept before move higher. We had this unfilled 4 hour that I was looking to be bullish off of. Like if we were to get something like, yeah, so if market came back down, did something like this, that would have been amazing. But we had the opposite happen, right? We ended up respecting this 15-minute unicorn, right? SMT at the 1 hour low, right? 8 CPI made the manipulation, so 930 pretty much distributes. We can see we tap back into it, push higher. I was looking at this fair value gap. This is my model, but I was just like, I don't really want to take it just because it's before market open. It's like upside looks good. Hello, low resistance liquidity on NQ. Would take this, but I'd rather wait for market open. So yeah, pretty much waited. Swept out London highs here. Ideally, I wanted these highs to get taken, but just looking at the hourly and with this closure, right, this looks like another accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? We're respecting all of these unfilled fair value gaps. So you're kind of asking for a lot if you want price to dump this hard, come all the way back up, and then dump. Like, it's pretty much just seek and destroy, and you don't really want to participate in days like that. So yeah, SMT push lower, right? This push lower ended up forming this 15-minute breaker. I usually just mark out like the 5-minute breaker, which we had, and then from there, right, we had these equal lows down below. You can see, I think, right, yeah, so we had these equal lows at this low, nice low here. So I was like, bet. And this is previous day low too. So we edged previous day low, unfilled 4 hour, relative equal lows, PO3, like everything about this makes sense. So I was like, bet. Even though I was long biased, right, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So now I'm just looking for, is this a good RR to take? It has to be at least 1.5 to 2. So yeah, entered in this 2-minute, stop loss a little over here. So ideally we should, like this, come into it, reject, boom. So this is pretty much the trade I had, about a 2RR. And yeah, pretty much just edged, TP, ran a stop loss, went to TP. So I wasn't like too cautious or worried because we're opening this 5-minute. So I was like, bet we could probably tap back into the 5-minute and then flush, which yeah, did not happen. So I didn't get emotional. I didn't get out of it. I'm like, I got in this trade for a reason. Let me just put my stop loss there and just move on, right? So if price really doesn't dig this deep and inverse these for value gaps, if we were like in an efficient market, which is kind of unfortunate. What I've been noticing too is when we're at all-time highs, it's kind of, we don't really get the best efficient downward price, right? At least for New York AM, because like this happened to me on the like 2 weeks ago, right? I had my stop loss at the fair value gaps high, got stopped out, went to TP. But for longs, it doesn't really do this, So I'm just learning that because all these trades pretty much are short trades. I think this was a long break even. That was kind of a scalp. But yeah, so this is a trade I took. We were opening up the 5-minute. At that point, I was like, we better start fucking dumping. So All right, tap the 5 minute here, and just went to stop loss. So it's unfortunate, you know, did my strategy right. Today, like it's hard to be super bearish, you know, like you're never gonna capture the full piece, right? And you know what I was looking at too is, you know, if I were to enter off this 5 minute, stop loss is usually at the fair value gap high. You never would have got stopped out in this case scenario, but you can see the RR is not good, and you pretty much have to enter in the first fair value gap, which ended up being this 2 minute. So yeah, you can see what happens like when you enter in the fair value gap and you get this displacement lower. Like this is exactly what you want to see, right? You're not going to wait for this after we edge this. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. It just way better to take this. Stop loss should be around here, and yeah. So it is what it is. I was a little better today about just controlling my emotions after the trade was done. I was like, I lucky wanted to take this 5 minute inversion trade on ES after I got stopped out because it still looked good in my eyes, right? Relative equal lows. But I was just like, let me just accept my loss, move on with my day, and that's what I did. Because last time I took a loss, yeah, this day I was just frustrated the whole day and it just went on. But you know, if you're trading a winning system and you take a loss, like it's gonna happen, right? So it really just comes down to you followed your system, so you shouldn't even be worried about the loss. Like no, and if you're worried about the loss, then it could affect how the next few trade goes. So yeah, did good. Green day on everything. Price was just inefficient. Bias was correct as usual, but yeah, unfortunate loss. Lost about 500 on each funded times 5, so like 2,500. But yeah, it didn't blow up or anything. Didn't lose a shit ton of money. And opportunities are always going to come, so I'm not too worried about missing anything or losing a trade, because I know in the long run I'm him and this shit's gonna work out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and hope you guys have an amazing rest of your guys' night. I know this is late ass video, but yeah, still banger week ahead, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. Peace.